Welcome back to Mastering Wisconsin Plumbing. Today we're talking about ADA requirements for plumbing fixtures. We're also going to discuss what Wisconsin Plumbing Code covers and what it doesn't, and why this matters not just for compliance, but for dignity and independence. Quick note before we dive in, I'd love your input. If there's a detail, code section, or job site issue you'd like me to cover in the future episode, let me know. Send me a message. Best way to get a hold of me is plumout@gmail.com. It's plumbout@gmail.com. This podcast is for plumbers, by plumbers, and I want it shaped by your questions. What does our plumbing code state about ADA? Our Wisconsin Plumbing Code 380 through 387 gives us the technical backbone of plumbing systems. We're going to turn to 384.20. And this is where we go over fixture standards. According to 384.20, fixtures must be durable, sanitary, and easy to clean. They go into a lot of different fixtures and the GPM that they're supposed to have for water conservation. They also talk about locations and distances. For instance, water closet must be 15 inches from the center line to any sidewall, or 30 inches from center to center of another water closet. And then in front of it, we need 24 inches of clear space. Urinals, much the same, 15 inches from center to sidewall or any obstruction, or 30 inches center to center of another urinal. Showers also have to have a minimum of 900 square inches of interior space and also fit a 30-inch diameter circle. These requirements make sure fixtures work, conserve water, and are installed safely, but they don't guarantee usability for all people. That's where the ADA standards from the U.S. Access Board come in. Chapter 6 lays out exactly how fixtures must be arranged so people with disabilities can use them independently. For instance, the water closet center line is now 16 to 18 inches from any sidewall. Clear floor space is 60 inches wide by 56 inches deep, and that's for a wall-hung water closet, or 59 inches deep for a floor-mounted water closet. A seat height, so this is from finished floor to that seat, 17 to 19 inches. And then we also have to have grab bars on the sidewall, a 42-inch sidewall grab bar, and on the rear, a 36-inch grab bar. And these need to be mounted between 33 and 36 inches above the floor. There's also toilet paper dispenser, 7 to 9 inches in front of the bowl and 15 to 48 inches above the floor, not blocked by grab bars. Lavatory rim height is a 34-inch max. And we also have to take into consideration the knee clearance, which is 27 inches. So we can deviate from that 34 a little bit, just as long as we're not impeding on that 27 inches. So this is a great example. Plumbing code tells us fixtures must function. ADA tells us fixtures must be usable for everyone. So this is something that I try to get everybody to think about when we're talking about ADA. Why it matters. Imagine someone who's lost mobility in an accident. They go through months of rehab, relearn how to transfer, and finally get the independence of using a restroom alone. That's dignity. Now imagine they walk into a brand new facility that ignored ADA. Toilet's too close to the wall, grab bars are missing, the stall isn't deep enough. That independence is gone. They need help for the most basic task. That's why ADA is not red tape. It's about restoring privacy, safety, and dignity. It also protects owners and contractors from lawsuits. Retrofits cost money, while building it right the first time adds very little. And it broadens usability, not just for wheelchair users, but for older adults, people with temporary injuries, even parents helping children. So this is how our plumbing code and ADA work together. Wisconsin Plumbing Code 384.20 makes sure fixtures are durable, sanitary, conserve water, and have minimum spacing. The ADA standards go further, requiring layouts and clearances to let every person use those fixtures independently. Plumbing inspectors enforce state code. ADA is a federal law. Just because an inspector signs off doesn't mean that the job is truly compliant or truly usable. The professional move is to do both. It also gives us an opportunity to collaborate on the job site. Here's the reality. In our area, plumbers don't always install toilet paper dispensers or grab bars. That might fall to the carpenters or other finished trades. But if we know ADA applies, we can still make a difference. If you see missing backing for grab bars, speak up. If a dimension looks wrong, tell the carpenter. Keep the GC in the loop. Job sites succeed when trades look out for each other. Humans thrive by working in groups. I drive to work in a vehicle I didn't engineer, on roads I didn't build, with a fuel that I didn't refine. But when I show up, I ensure everyone who walks into a building that I'm doing the plumbing on has clean drinking water and is sound sanitary fixtures. ADA compliance is how we make sure those fixtures serve all people. So here's today's bottom line. Plumbing code makes fixtures work. ADA makes fixtures usable. Together, they ensure restrooms are safe, sanitary, and accessible. Be sure to check out Chapter 6 on the Access Board website. I'll have that website in this show's reference material. Look at those 3D drawings, watch the videos, then bring that knowledge to your next job. And I do want to hear from you. What code issues should we dig into next? What should make your installs easier or clearer? Message me or comment. Your feedback shapes this show. Next week, I'll be joined by Tony. Tony is currently a plumbing instructor. He's a past business owner, past project manager, and a fellow master plumber. Tony's path is one of the most unique in this trade. He went from the military to a restricted plumber, to a master restricted plumber, to a business owner, to an apprentice, to a journeyman, to a foreman, to a master plumber, to a project manager, and now an instructor. He believes leaders make leaders, and his story is packed with lessons that can make your own path, however different, successful. This has been Mastering Wisconsin Plumbing. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, get it right because somebody's independence depends on it.